This is microphone 1, testing microphone 1. Testing. Test.
Testing.
Okay.
Testing.
Test. Load. Everybody here watching on Instagram, that's you, that's this demo. You gotta head to Twitch to see the presentation that's about to happen. You're gonna miss all the beautiful visuals for Tommy. My time is today. I don't hear me.
But yeah, I'm using
the
Air Maxes and come here. Alright. Enough cat distractions.
Yeah, head over to Twitch again. This Instagram live stream is not gonna
stay up.
We'll catch you there.
Okay, 5 o'clock on the dot.
So, welcome everybody.
How's everybody doing?
Good, I hope.
Very exciting time. Very exciting time indeed.
Let me just mess with my settings here.
How's the audio?
Good. Can you hear me okay? Yes. Good. Yeah, it is a little muffled. Agreed.
All right, so
it is finally kickoff time. We're launching the Sea of Daggers. This is a very ambitious project. This is the follow-up to the Gauss armor in many respects. This is
it's been an all-consuming process
for the past couple months. Again, if you're just joining us on Instagram, hello and welcome. You're going to want to head over to the Twitch little link right here so you can see the full presentation.
Yeah, welcome everybody.
Who do we got here? We got Brendan here. We got Wolfman Toys, MTG Veteran, Dental Bert, Scam Prime, the Mostman himself. Welcome everybody. It's an exciting time. It's a surreal time. I can't even believe it's time to launch this. While I'm saying that, I should probably just pull up the store here and make sure we're ready to go, because we love to have little mishaps when we're live streaming. That's what it's all about. Okay, I believe we're good there. Everybody doing okay?
I could prattle on and on about this campaign and
what it means and all those things, but I think I will attempt to
play the video,
and then we can come back and
sort of take
an inventory of everything that was said. See if that works. Okay, that looks pretty good.
It is time to ship out into the Sea of Daggers. Toy Pizza is proud to present our next project as a follow-up to the much-loved Gauss armor. The Sea of Daggers is a new chapter in the world of the Jagged Age. Our protagonist, Cray Drake, is embarking on a dangerous journey across the sea, but he doesn't have to go at it alone. Every tier that we unlock will bring a brand new figure onto the crew. There are multiple options to support this independent toy creation campaign. You can start at the $60 Bilge Rat level. That will net you 2 figures. Our most popular offering will no doubt be the Deckhand tier at $200, which gets you an instant crew of 6 figures and 2 accessory packs. If you are a high roller on the high seas, perhaps the Captain tier may strike your fancy. $500, you get to create your own Card Slicer card, an exclusive prototype color figure, and all the rewards from the previous tier. For the select few that truly see the calling of this ambitious project and want to do the maximum level of support, there is the Grand Admiral tier. For $1,500, you will design your own style of figure. Now, this is limited to the paint deco, but it will be no less special of an event. In addition, you will get all of the previous tier rewards and a test shot figure. These are super rare. I don't often put those out into circulation, but you will get one, and you will get it months before anybody else gets their hands on this figure. As I said before, Cray is not alone here. The additional passengers on this ship will be determined by how much money we raise. Cray is the first goal at $20,000. Shortly after that, at $25,000, we have a very excellent accessory kit that actually turns Cray into a brand new character that you will meet very soon. At $35,000, the single most requested figure since I've been doing this is, of course, a Glyos-compatible Hob. That is on the docket. If we can get that tier unlocked, Hob and Cray sailing the Sea of Daggers together. We have other major goals set up for 50,000, 65,000, and 80,000K. Each of these will be a character that has been long gestating in the world of Knights of the Slice, but for whatever reason was not able to make it as an unlock in previous campaigns. But that's not all. I have plenty of surprises. I have plenty of additional accessories that will be unlocked intermittently throughout the entire campaign. Keep in mind, the different styles that will ship with the full crew set depends on how many different figures get unlocked throughout the campaign. I also have bonus surprises that everybody will receive for backing this independent campaign in its early stage. Before I sign off and ship out, I just want to thank everybody for taking a look at this campaign. I am 8 years into making Knights of the Slice figures. I am 20 plus years into my career in the toy industry, and the fact that we are able to independently fundraise and create figures that have no business existing in the marketplace is nothing short of a phenomenon. And I thank everybody for their support. We have no overlords, we have no bosses. I get to make what I want, and you guys get to play with it. And that is an incredible experience in this day and age. So thank you for your consideration. Thank you for your previous support. Let's make the Sea of Daggers a legendary project. Pizza out.
Okay, so hopefully that worked for everybody there on Twitch and on YouTube. I will play that campaign video again very soon for anybody who missed it. And again, if you're joining us on Instagram over on this camera, you're going to want to head to twitch.tv/Knights of the Slice or youtube.com/toypizza, and you can see all of the beautiful visuals that I just shared with everybody. Derek Bracken in the chat. Yep, looks great. Good to see you, Derek. You've been quiet lately. I hope you've been working on some customs. Yes, so for those who don't know, for those who may not be Patreon followers, the next big project that myself and the sort of Toy Pizza team are embarking upon is something within the realm of pirates. You know, we've tackled many genres over the years. We've done medieval knights, we've done tokusatsu heroes, we've done sort of prehistoric cavemen, we've done a more articulated style figure in the sci-fi realm with something like Goss, and we've done robotic ninja, we've done famously Star Marshal and the sort of Kit Lao crossover. So it's time to tackle another genre. And that genre is going to be kind of pirates, but more early Middle Ages for those who might be history buffs like myself. The sort of early modern era, I should say, not Middle Ages. The early modern era is very interesting because you have knights in armor, you have horseback cavalry, but you also have gunpowder and the first handheld guns. So it's a very exciting sort of premise for a new chapter of Knights of the Slice. And that is what we're going to be looking at here today. I didn't really think about when I should open the store and let people start backing this, but I suppose now is as good a time as any. So I am taking the password off of the store, if this button works, which it does not seem to be doing. Okay. So the store is now open. Let me post within the chat the relevant links that you're going to need in order to back this campaign. But obviously, some people are going to need some convincing, so I'm going to do a a full rundown of what we have in store here. I shouldn't say full because there's a lot of surprises that will pop up throughout the fundraising campaign.
So let's see here.
We need
Products.
We need Sea of Daggers. And here it is. And I will post this link in the chat on Twitch as well. I have no idea. Hey, Ian's in the chat. How are you, buddy?
I actually don't know how to
Post live comments on YouTube. Probably should have thought about that ahead of time, but that's okay. We like to improvise here. And again, if you're watching on Instagram, welcome. Head over to twitch.tv/Knights to get the sort of the full. Okay, hold on, gotta mute myself. All right, let me post Sea of Daggers campaign right there. Okay, hopefully that went through. And yeah, okay.
Okay.
Great. So what is this campaign all about? We got our first deckhand tier reporting in with Dental Bert. I know he's been chomping at the bit all day long, hopefully not damaging those beautiful pearly whites of his. But he's could be our first deckhand, so welcome aboard. I did not actually, on purpose, name the ship that our characters are traveling in. Maybe we'll have a poll a little later on and decide what that name should be. All right, so let's go through tiers. Let's talk tiers. This is a private
Crowdfunding expedition, I guess you could say.
There are certainly benefits to doing things on Kickstarter, but
I feel like we have
enough of a critical mass of followers, and also patrons
that
I felt like we could do this by ourselves. And so that is what we are venturing to do. We are trying to raise a minimum of $20,000 to unlock the next fully articulated character. And then we're going to talk about what else is sort of available to take a look at. So let's see, where's this graphic? That's completely not where I need it. So let's scoot that over here. That's pretty good. Just shrink myself here.
And
I'm going to go ahead and throw myself in the back row. Move to bottom. Boom, look at that.
Boom, beautiful. Okay, so as with all my
Crowdfunding,
you're not going to know what you get. And that's kind of the promise. Hey, Jeff, how are you, buddy?
Good to see you. Head over to Twitch if you want to see the sort of full images and everything else.
So
the premise of what I do with Knights of the Slice is, if I had to distill it down to one single word, it would be surprise. I think that we find ourselves as collectors in this day and age very bored with everything that's out there. A lot of characters keep getting rehashed. A lot of IP is just being served to us over and over again. And it just feels like an empty sort of hobby at times. And it's pretty unfulfilling. So I have always embarked to make original characters, a lot of them from my childhood creations and things like that. And I also am trying to instill a sense of surprise back into this hobby.
because there's so much that is just dull and unexciting,
and everything's expected. Everything's pre-ordered a year ahead of time. Everything is, it's just I guess dull is the best word. It's all very boring to me. So I'm going to be audacious enough to ask for your money without showing you what it is you're going to get. And that might be shocking for new viewers or new followers, but that's how we've done things for, we've been doing Knights and Slice for 8 years. We've been doing crowdfunding for really since the jump off. So I'm asking you to take a leap of faith, to give me your hard-earned money, and to trust that I'm going to put out something great. I'm getting updates in the chat. We've already broken $1,000. We've only turned on the sword just a minute or two ago. So that's pretty phenomenal. We are 1/20th of the way to our first goal, and that's fantastic. That's great. And again, if you're on Instagram over on this camera, hello, welcome. You are seen. You are valid. However, You need to go to twitch.tv/nuts-and-slice, or you're not going to see all the pretty images and all the pertinent information that is flying at viewers right now. Okay, so you want to back the Sea of Daggers campaign. You want us to unlock the first character,
Cray Drake, as was shown in the
video.
So you can start
at the Build Rat tier. This is $60 you give me. All pledges are collected now at this time, not when things ship. So give me your money, please, and thank you. And in exchange, you will be getting 2 figures mailed to you. This is going to be a mystery. Probably next December, but likely a little sooner than that. We have a very good track record of shipping early, but I do want to build in enough time for any eventualities that may pop up. I think pretty much every one of our products has shipped early, with the exception of Pro Mega, which had to do some retooling and was, I think, 2 months late, and Diver, who was probably about 6 months beyond our initial delivery date. With the exception of those 2 figures, everything is shipped early, and I do pride myself on that. So that's obviously going to be my focus here. Hey, Kit Lau is on Instagram. How are you, buddy? Great to see you. The wonderful, probably hands down, one of the best toy designers alive today. We love Kit very much. We love Acid Rain. We love our crossover in the Annex world. So hello to you, my friend. How are you?
Okay, so
you want to start with a small participation in the campaign. Build direct here, $60. You're getting 2 figures. They're getting shipped to you. Maybe a bit more coin. You know, you've been digging on some beaches, finding some buried chests. So in that case, the deckhand tier. This is going to be essentially a full crew. Okay, this is going to be 6 figures. Now, some of them may be fully painted. Some of them may be material style or unpainted. A lot of people love the material style because it's good for sort of building and customizing and things like that. So keep that in mind. Hello to our new viewers on Instagram. Check out twitch.tv/nuts-and-slice to see these images, if you will. Thank you. It is also important to note, we have a lot of characters I would like to unlock, a lot of different sculpts. The contents of the full crew of the deckhand tier is largely dependent on how many different styles of figures get unlocked. So let's say we do a fair job. We raise $20,000. Cray is unlocked. Are you going to get 6 Crays? Maybe. I think I got a couple ways to slice that apple. But basically, however many different styles we unlock are sort of guaranteed within this full crew tier. So that's something to think about. Oh, hey, Geozilla. He has signed up. Thank you very much. Very much appreciated. Also at the deckhand tier, we're going to have 2 accessory packs in a special color. I'm thinking, you know, something like gold or silver or bronze might be appropriate. The accessories in this campaign are going to blow your mind. And actually, I already have a head start on the accessories. They're going to be tooled ahead of this campaign prior to Cray even being unlocked, because I'm so obsessed with them. I want them to happen anyway. So
I guess one way or the other,
there's going to be some new accessories coming in 2024, and that's pretty exciting. But you got your Build Direct here, $60 for 2 figures, $200 for 6 figures, plus 2 accessory packs, and that would be a wonderful way to participate here. But we have other options too, because I know I got some high rollers, and oh boy, I just disappeared. Here I am. We got the Captain tier. Now, the Captain tier is asking for a meager, a pitiful $500 US of coin. Not much, if you ask me. Anyone has that under their couch cushion? Come on. It's easy. So simple. And you will get everything from the previous tiers, obviously. You'll get your 6-figure crew automatically. You're going to get your 2 accessory packs, but you're also going to get a prototype color figure that is not going to be released anywhere else. It's not going to be up on the store. Patrons are not going to have access to it unless they already have sort of backed at this level. And It is going to likely be, I think like gray is a great prototype color. That's what I like to see. I'm thinking something along those lines. But you're going to have this figure available in a super secret color that nobody else is going to have. So that's one. That's great. The second part of the Captain tier is you get to design a card slicer card. And I get requests for this all the time. There are many people that really want to have this happen. This has been offered on previous campaigns, and people are always sad when they miss out on it. So there's going to be another opportunity to design a card slicer card with the Captain tier. There are limited slots to the Captain tier. I think we have it currently at 5. Could go up to 10 if there's more demand and more people sort of want it back at that level. And also the process of designing a card slicer card, it's a negotiation. We've got to figure out what characters you want to see, what artwork is available, what ideas might necessitate some new artwork being commissioned. It's a process. So you kind of get to be a guest designer and ride along with how I bring a product from idea to final creation. So that's pretty exciting too if you have any creative aspirations or you want to see how these things really work. But if you really want the true ride along and you want to see what toy design and production is really like, then the Grand Admiral tier, which I'm only accepting 2 Grand Admirals, is $1,500, clams, smackaroonies, the big bucks. You're going to get all the other rewards, and you're going to get to design a colorway for a figure within the campaign. Now that's pretty insane. I'm only accepting 2 Rear Admirals, as I said, and I think anybody who's been a guest designer on previous campaigns will tell you it's been a wonderful experience. In addition, you're going to get 10 copies of the figure you design. You can then throw that on a card. You can sign it. You can sell it for even more money. They're your 10 copies to do with as you please. You're also going to get a production test shot. Now, I don't have a lot of test shots out there in the marketplace. I usually keep those pretty well guarded. But as soon as the factory sends me a sample from the seal tool, that test shot is going right out to you. You're going to be one of the 2 people that get to play with this figure months and months before it makes it to market. And that's a pretty damn exciting idea. I will also, what the hell, I will let Grand Admirals design a card slicer card as well, even though I don't think I called that out. You will be able to do that. So you're getting a full experience here. A lot of people want to design a colorway for Knights of the Slice. This is a guaranteed ticket to do that. And a lot of people want test shots. I get offers all the time to buy them for my private collection, and I always politely decline. But this will guarantee that you get one, and you're one of the first people on the face of this earth that get to hold one in their hands and play with this figure before anybody else. And I think that's a pretty good deal, if you ask me. I'm not content to just offer that. For everybody that backs the campaign, we're going to have a very special card slicer card. This is by one of my favorite contemporary artists, Plastiboo, if I am saying that correctly. They have turned the Instagram art world up on its head with their incredible artwork. They recently had a book published and a sequel published, and the sequel has sold out. I think it's Veramis. Is that the title of the book? Incredible stuff. So I'm beyond honored to have them design their take on Prey. We might have a couple other takes of other characters. Oh yes, Dental Bird says they just ordered Vermis. It's such a phenomenal book. It sort of supposes an imaginary fantasy game that never existed, and it's kind of a player's guide to that. It's really fantastic. You should be following them on Instagram if you're not already. But I'm very honored to have their take on my beloved character, Prey Drake. And so everybody that backs the campaign at this early stage is going to get a very special Prey Drake card. And like I said, there might be some other special cards available sometime soon. I do want I'm going to change gears here for a second. This is unplanned, but many people have been asking what's going on with the Jagged Age manga, and it is done. I just need to add some text to it. So let me see if I can resize this enormous page. But we have a wonderful author from Japan, Renosa, who has been working on this thing for many, many months. We are finally done with the initial artwork. That's pretty good. Let's put that on screen there. And it is fantastic. And this sort of tells an earlier tale about Cray prior to his embarking on the Sea of Daggers and filling out his crew and going on this dangerous mission. So for those that are very learned in the ways of Knights and Slice, you know there was a physical print copy of the Cray prequel done by Natalie Kuramoto and myself, and that sold out pretty quickly. Those copies don't exist anymore. In many regards, I consider that story to be chapter 0 and the manga to be chapter 1 of Cray and the Jagged Age. And the Sea of Daggers is sort of chapter 3. So we're kind of hopping around time-wise to the long and adventurous life of this character. But the manga is going to knock you on your feet. It's incredible. I don't know when it's going to be printed because I do have to now go through and add all the fonts and the text and copyright and everything else. And so we're going to see that sometime soon, hopefully. Okay, so we talked about the tiers. We talked about the plastic blue card. We talked about the manga. Give you a brief little update there. I'm going to now share with you for the first time. I don't think this has been shown. Got to get rid of this manga page. Great idea on my part. Why did I put that up there? Okay. This has been hinted at. Excuse me. But this is what we are attempting to do with Cray. It will be a fully articulated figure, not unlike the construction for Goss. Now, this is going to be a thinner figure. Should be about the same height, but sorry, as usual, I'm choking to death during a live stream. I came prepared with cough drops this time. I will not die on stream. I will not die on stream. So, as it's been hinted, this is a fully articulated figure. My purpose here was not just to do justice to Cray Drake, who is my oldest character creation. Goes back to me just being, you know, a tiny kid, imagining what playing D&D was like, and Cray was sort of the fruit of that notion. It was important to me. One, I've always wanted to do a more articulated body with kind of a bare chest and parts that would work for a lot of different things. But this isn't necessarily locked in a fantasy realm. I think this body and this character will work really well for the quasi-futuristic world of Knights of the Slice, with a couple of parts or accessories swapped out or a head swapped out. I wanted to have something that doesn't necessarily lock the character into that specific genre, but will sort of work really well in the more futuristic portions of storytelling and things like that. It does also, in theory, if we nail it, it will work compatible with all previous Knights of the Slice. So you'll be able to add fully articulated arms to, say, a classic knight. You'll be able to add legs. You can essentially, theoretically, hopefully, fingers crossed, be able to take older, more static figures from Knights of the Slice and upgrade them, make them into a bit more posable figures. Now, I never wanted to make hyper-articulated figures, I think that's left to people who are better at that than me. I prefer to have sturdier figures that stay together, don't fall apart, hands and feet firmly in place. But this is definitely a step in evolution, no question.
So that gives
You a pretty good idea of what we're going for and why the ask is so big, right? This is an incredibly expensive, incredibly ambitious figure. In many ways, this is going to be harder to pull off than Gauss armor was to pull off because we're dealing with a lot less real estate. It's much thinner. You can't hide the joints quite as well. So this is truly a much more challenging ordeal, but it's one that I'm pretty damn excited for, I will say. So let me look here. How are we doing with this campaign? I should probably check into that, right?
we've got over
$2,000, 10% funded, and we just launched. So that's incredible. That's 20% of our first goal is already there on the books. Fantastic. That's great. That's everything we need it to be right now. I see a note from Lance. He is pre-ordered. Thank you so much, Lance. I truly appreciate that. Okay.
So what else do we have to talk about?
We talked about the Cray exploded view. We talked about the Plastico card. We went through the tiers. We went through the manga. I think safely at this point we can take another peek at that campaign video and just mellow out, enjoy ourselves.
It's also worth noting
It's going to be super crucial for the Squires of the Slice and the people following this campaign to share this campaign. We do not have the benefit of being on Kickstarter and utilizing that platform. We do not have the benefit of a paid advertising campaign. This is all organic, word of mouth, truly fueled by fans. And so sharing this campaign and telling people that you backed it and, sort of proselytizing it where you can is going to be super helpful. So I thank you in advance for doing that. Let us watch the campaign video yet again.
It is time to ship out into the Sea of Daggers. Toy Pizza is proud to present our next project as a follow-up to the much-loved Gauss armor. The Sea of Daggers is a new chapter in the world of the Jagged Age. Our protagonist, Cray Drake, is embarking on a dangerous journey across the sea, but he doesn't have to go at it alone. Every tier that we unlock will bring a brand new figure onto the crew. There are multiple options to support this independent toy creation campaign. You can start at the $60 Bilge Rat level. That will net you 2 figures. Our most popular offering will no doubt be the Deckhand tier at $200, which gets you an instant crew of 6 figures and 2 accessory packs. If you are a high roller on the high seas, perhaps the Captain tier may strike your fancy. $500, you get to create your own Card Slicer card, an exclusive prototype color figure, and all the rewards from the previous tier. For the select few that truly see the calling of this ambitious project and want to do the maximum level of support, there is the Grand Admiral tier. For $1,500, you will design your own style of figure. Now, this is limited to the paint deco, but it will be no less special of an event. In addition, you will get all of the previous tier rewards and a test shot figure. These are super rare. I don't often put those out into circulation, but you will get one, and you will get it months before anybody else gets their hands on this figure. As I said before, Cray is not alone here. The additional passengers on this ship will be determined by how much money we raise. Cray is the first goal at $20,000. Shortly after that, at $25,000, we have a very excellent accessory kit that actually turns Cray into a brand new character that you will meet very soon. At $35,000, the single most requested figure since I've been doing this is, of course, a Glyos-compatible Hob. That is on the docket. If we can get that tier unlocked, Hob and Cray sailing the Sea of Daggers together. We have other major goals set up for 50,000, 65,000, and 80,000 K. Each of these will be a character that has been long gestating in the world of Knights of the Slice, but for whatever reason was not able to make it as an unlock in previous campaigns. But that's not all. I have plenty of surprises. I have plenty of additional accessories that will be unlocked intermittently throughout the entire campaign. Keep in mind, the different styles that will ship with the full crew set depends on how many different figures get unlocked throughout the campaign. I also have bonus surprises that everybody will receive for backing this independent campaign in its early stage. Before I sign off and ship out, I just want to thank everybody for taking a look at this campaign. I am 8 years into making Knights of the Slice figures. I am 20 plus years into my career in the toy industry, and the fact that we are able to independently fundraise and create figures that have no business existing in the marketplace is nothing short of a phenomenon. And I thank everybody for their support. We have no overlords, we have no bosses. I get to make what I want, and you guys get to play with it. And that is an incredible experience in this day and age. So thank you for your consideration. Thank you for your previous support. Let's make the Sea of Daggers a legendary project. Pizza out.
Okay. We are back. Now, I've got to find a place to put my damn video.
Quiet, you. Okay, beautiful. So, there's a lot to talk about in terms of our stretch goals,
where we want this to land, and also, I think, importantly, the makeup of these different characters, right? So,
oh, I can't really show my pointer here.
That would be good to figure out. In any case,
our first goal,
which we talked about, it's Cray. It's a more articulated version. I hesitate to say super articulated, but in any case, Cray is our first target. And at $20,000, he is guaranteed to happen, and that's going to be great. Now, these higher tiers, these milestones may change. If I feel like we're in a rut and I need to incentivize people, some of these targets could slide down a little bit.
But generally,
we need $20,000 for Cray. The next goal after that is for $25,000, which is a very short sort of hop, skip, and a jump away from Cray, is for an accessory kit. So the idea being this is a conversion kit that takes the Cray body and turns it into an entirely new character. You got a little peek at that in the campaign video, which, by the way, I got to make that public, right? I'll do that later. But
so if we can get $25,000, then the Build Rat tier, which is getting 2 figures, is going to get Cray, and it's going to get this second character. I do want to keep it under wraps for now, but let's say this is the sort of first mate of the boat that they're traveling on. This is a new character, and I'm very excited to unveil him as well. But
we want to go much bigger, and we have raised much more than $20,000 in previous campaigns. I think the highest we ever did was just shy of $40,000.
So
the tier after that is this little number 3, this little tiny dwarfish guy. Now, diehard Knight of the Slice fans will immediately know that this is Hob, and as has been discussed in the campaign video, this is a Glyos compatible Hob. There is a Hob vinyl toy figure that exists out there in the world. This is the Glyos version, so he will be fully integratable with all of the other previous Glio-style Knight of the Slice figures. So that's pretty significant, pretty exciting. People have been asking for this for many years. I'm finally delivering it if we can do $35,000 in this campaign.
It's also worth noting,
we have this sort of Cray figure. We have the First Mate figure, which is a conversion kit for Cray. We have Hob, and every other figure, Hob and these other three mysterious silhouettes, these are traditional Glyos figures, more in the vein of, let's say, the Classic Knight or the Diver. These are not the more articulated Cray-style Discman figure, but their parts are meant to be interchanged. So while they have a more subdued articulation design, they absolutely work with Cray, with the First Mate, with Hob. Everything is intended to be swapped back and forth, so we have a variety of looks and a variety of different styles.
so if
we manage to get all 6 of these figures unlocked, and you have backed for the full tier, you're getting all 6 of these. It's as easy as that. If we manage to get, say, Hob and the First Mate and Cray, well, then you're probably going to get a variety of, 3 painted, 3 unpainted of those 3 styles, and that will build out the entire crew. How high we go is truly up to everybody here. And right now we're off to a really excellent start. So I feel pretty confident that we're going to make some magic happen here. If there are any questions, just go ahead and put them in the chat. Let me check this here. YouTube, post any questions you may have here. Boom. Did it. Done. Easy enough.
coming up on the hour mark, I'm tired of standing.
I need to eat dinner too. I need some grog and what did pirates eat? Slop? I need some slop. I need a hot bowl of slop.
Let me tell you.
So that gives you a good idea of,
the unlock tiers.
again, some of these could slide down a little bit. They could be moving targets if I think we're going to sort of close at a certain number, things like that. I also have this image here that shows off our boy Cray. I know people love to see his pretty face, so let's move that down. Ooh, there we go. So that gives you an idea of how do you do this.
Do I have to make my own Glyos vote for these figures? That's a fantastic question, and
the good news is no.
Now there's several options.
I would point people to Chap May. Chap May have a wonderful pirate line. They have started to re-release these figures. They were traditionally focused mostly in the European market, so they were expensive and not easy to get over here. But Chap May have, actually have one over here. Didn't really have this ready in time for the stream, but this is a Chap May boat. It cost me about $15 shipped. It is perfectly in scale to Knights of the Slice.
And it's wonderful.
And they're super cheap. You can get them secondhand. I think also some stores like Big Lots are starting to have them carried as well. So that's, I think, the best option to give these pirates something to
hard around in. But there's also some other great ones out there.
You could get the Zazzle Pirates of the Caribbean line. That is super cheap right now in the secondary market. Wonderful big and small versions of ships that you can do.
And then Imaginext
has a pretty interesting modular ship design that I think is slightly on the smaller side, but I think it works pretty well for 3 3/4 inch, 4-inch figures. And the Imaginext ones have a lot of character and a lot of great sculpting to them. So I think if you wanted to sort of fill in some of the holes with some putty and spray it, it's a wonderful customizer face. So there's a lot of sort of interesting play that you can get out of something like that. So
think that just about does it. I am almost out of steam here, so I feel pretty good about the pace we're on right now. And
what I think I will do is let the campaign video play us out. I'll let it run a couple times, and then we will bid adieu. So thank you, everybody. Be sure to share on social media if you back the campaign, and help us get a few more people to check this out. Hopefully we will have our rear admirals in place sometime soon, and then we can set sail for the Sea of Daggers.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
It is time to ship out into the Sea of Daggers. Toy Pizza is proud to present our next project as a follow-up to the much-loved Gauss armor. The Sea of Daggers is a new chapter in the world of the Jagged Age. Our protagonist, Cray Drake, is embarking on a dangerous journey across the sea, but he doesn't have to go at it alone. Every tier that we unlock will bring a brand new figure onto the crew. There are multiple options to support this independent toy creation campaign. You can start at the $60 Bilge Rat level. That will net you 2 figures. Our most popular offering will no doubt be the Deckhand tier at $200, which gets you an instant crew of 6 figures and 2 accessory packs. If you are a high roller on the high seas, perhaps the Captain tier may strike your fancy. $500, you get to create your own Card Slicer card, an exclusive prototype color figure, and all the rewards from the previous tier. For the select few that truly see the calling of this ambitious project and want to do the maximum level of support, there is the Grand Admiral tier. For $1,500, you will design your own style of figure. Now, this is limited to the paint deco, but it will be no less special of an event. In addition, you will get all of the previous tier rewards and a test shot figure. These are super rare. I don't often put those out into circulation, but you will get one, and you will get it months before anybody else gets their hands on this figure. As I said before, Cray is not alone here. The additional passengers on this ship will be determined by how much money we raise. Cray is the first goal at $20,000. Shortly after that, at $25,000, we have a very excellent accessory kit that actually turns Cray into a brand new character that you will meet very soon. At $35,000, the single most requested figure since I've been doing this is, of course, a Glyos-compatible Hob. That is on the docket. If we can get that tier unlocked, Hob and Cray sailing the Sea of Daggers together. We have other major goals set up for $50,000, $65,000, and $80,000K. Each of these will be a character that has been long gestating in the world of Knights of the Slice, but for whatever reason was not able to make it as an unlock in previous campaigns. But that's not all. I have plenty of surprises. I have plenty of additional accessories that will be unlocked intermittently throughout the entire campaign. Keep in mind, the different styles that will ship with the full crew set depends on how many different figures get unlocked throughout the campaign. I also have bonus surprises that everybody will receive for backing this independent campaign in its early stage. Before I sign off and ship out, I just want to thank everybody for taking a look at this campaign. I am 8 years into making Knights of the Slice figures. I am 20 plus years into my career in the toy industry, and the fact that we are able to independently fundraise and create figures that have no business existing in the marketplace is nothing short of a phenomenon. And I thank everybody for their support. We have no overlords, we have no bosses. I get to make what I want, and you guys get to play with it. And that is an incredible experience in this day and age. So thank you for your consideration. Thank you for your previous support. Let's make the Sea of Daggers a legendary project. Pizza out.
thank you all for watching. I will be playing a little bit, to celebrate this launch, I'm going to be playing a little bit of Sea of Thieves later on. I'll be streaming that on Twitch, so you can check that out if you like. It's going to be fun.
But thank you to everybody who
Pledged so far. We are at 13%. That's pretty incredible. We are over 25% fully funded on our first goal within less than the first hour. So that's fantastic. We need to maintain this trajectory
to be able to unlock
everything that we want to do. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for backing. Thank you for watching. The only thing left to say is